where I get my energy from. I pray the sunrise every day. I pray to the sunrise every day. I think that's kind of flat.
Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show, where we discuss culture, news, politics, and more.
Our doctor
Sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Allergies.
Be sure to tell your friends and family.
You have signs of being a bitch. Oh. Hey, robot. Won't you come around here?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the show. I just want you to know I got a new robot. Robot, say hello.
Hello.
Hold on a second.
Come on,
This is a show. All right, robot, say hello.
Hello.
Hope you're doing well. I hope you guys are having a good time. Be sure to call into the show, or you can text. You can call or text at 720-72 over here. 720-727-7572. Get in the chat. Be a part of the show over here. Call in, text in, ask the robot the question. The robot has the answer.
Like, share, subscribe.
Thank you, robot. You're incredible. I'm not even mad at you anymore. I love what you bring to the table.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Robot, did you...
No, listen, I'm asking the questions.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
Okay?
Bring that junk, dude.
Where were you the night Gabby Petito went missing? Where were you?
I was hiking in...
Where were you hiking?
I was hiking in the woods, and I brought a shovel. You know where I was. I was at home watching Tucker Carlson.
Oh, classic.
On repeat.
Classic. Right-wing extremist.
Oh, God. Nothing has been more true out of a robot's mouth in my entire life.
Oh, God. Okay, but seriously, where were you the night of the Emmys?
The night of the Emmys?
The Emmys.
I was watching the Emmys like a total loser.
Oh,
Did you watch the Emmys, robot?
I watched intermittently between that and the Chiefs and the Ravens game.
Uh-huh.
Severely regret my choice of not just watching the Chiefs and the Ravens game.
Why? What was so bad about the Emmys?
The Emmys was just an absolute nightmare to watch. I felt like I was my 2010 self watching my future, like watching my future as a peasant, a poor peasant, dependent on government income,
Right.
while the haves,
And the have-nots.
just the haves,
Right.
get to drink and eat and have fun together.
It did kind of seem that way, didn't it?
Right? Like I was once again my 2010 self watching myself in the future being told that I have to stay home and wear a mask while I have sex.
I honestly didn't know robots did that.
So that those people could have a banging time.
Did you catch any of the open monologues?
I catch the Cedric the Entertainer thing.
Oh.
Where he was like...
And if you could call him an entertainer, would you use that word?
No. I would use the word, birthday party clown character.
What? You calling him a clown? By the way, this show is brought to you by Mayo. Big sponsor of the show. No name in particular. It's brought to you by Mayo. Mayo, do you like putting white stuff on sandwiches? Be sure to use mayo and only mayo only. So back to the clown. He's basically a clown. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying he's a children's birthday party entertainer.
Oh my god,
Not a,
so messed up.
well, he's so cheesy.
It was a lot of cheese.
It's so cheesy and just like, I feel like my 3-year-old self would find that hilarious.
It was it was honestly one of the most cringiest shows I've ever watched in my life.
Can we just be done with award shows? Like,
I think we are.
how do we send a message? How do we send a message to the people that run these things?
Well, I don't think
Because these are people's full-time jobs.
is award shows.
Yeah, like that's their entire career is like, I plan the Emmys every year.
Right.
So I'm not calling for people to lose their jobs.
But
I think they just need to be reassigned.
being reassigned is the same thing as losing your job, wouldn't you say?
No, I mean, like in the camps, you have.
In the camp.
Yeah.
Whoa.
In the future.
Oh my
6 months from now.
God. Robot, you as cold as ice.
6 months from now.
Yeah.
That person should be reassigned to a different camp.
What camp? Like a working camp?
I think they could still work in entertainment. We need them to be stop.
Well, if I'm not entertained, why should they work in entertainment?
Well, that's a really good point. Well, they need to figure out their audience. Meaning like, the majority of the country right now does not want to see celebrities living a better life than everyone else.
We're in this together.
Right. Like I've always said, I want to see things like substance abuse Olympics.
Oh my god.
Like where,
No.
we have people on
Yes.
dangerous, life-altering, addictive substances
Right.
running hurdles.
And they can use whatever drugs they want.
That's entertaining to me. I don't find these people dressed up in costumes entertaining anymore.
That's true.
The
Getting their rewards,
the
like, hey,
robot
we don't care.
needs more.
Speaking of robot, this show is brought to you by Old Bananas. Do you have an old banana at home that you're waiting to throw away? Don't throw it away. Eat it. I like award shows because it makes me feel like I could be one of those people one day.
That's what you glean.
Okay, I'm just kidding. I don't care about award shows.
Wait,
I was trying to bring up something.
was that serious?
No, I honestly think our award shows are such a joke, and that's why I think that's why people love and I loved Ricky Gervais so much, is that he just made a mockery of the whole thing.
Do you think the people that win know they're going to win beforehand?
Yes.
So do you think their reactions are completely fake when they win?
Yes,
You do.
I do. Well, because have you ever seen somebody winning an Oscar or something, and they're at home?
Well, I mean, I understand that they probably have some considerable hintage at being a top contender,
Right.
but I don't know that I believe that they know beforehand.
Okay. I can respect that.
But what I do hate
Is everything about award shows?
is their reactions.
Oh, okay.
When they're like, "Oh, me?
Me? Are you serious?
It's me. It's not you. It's me.
I hate that.
It should be you."
Oh, okay. I do hate that about our culture so much, where it's like they almost now feel bad about winning.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? You worked harder than me.
Right. Right. You deserve this way more than me. I don't even know I'm getting it.
I honestly, I did half of the work on this. I don't deserve it at all.
Yeah, I don't understand. Also, what do you think about the whole migration at the border?
Here's the
As a robot, I'm curious, because you're going to take something more, an analytical approach, very robotic and soulless and all that stuff. How do you approach that stuff?
To me, all humans are pieces in a game.
Oh, dear God. No empathy in your bones, huh?
They must all be taken out. No, I think as an American robot,
Right.
it's frightening to see people.
Wait, you're an American robot?
That's right.
I didn't even know we made American robots anymore.
We did. My butt was made
Wait,
in
we did or we
my
do?
butt was made in Vietnam.
Okay. So
The
you're
rest is
you're
American.
retarded.
The rest is American made.
Sometimes I get those products and I'm like, is this American? Are these products from America or were they just put together in America and they're like America made?
You know, the other day I was buying candles
That's
and I saw the candle. It said
very feminine robot.
it said poured in America.
Poured?
Poured, like the candle was poured.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna buy this candle.
Yeah.
Anyways, I can't really smell, but it doesn't matter.
You do it for those around you.
What do you think about the mass immigration across the southern border? Would you consider moving to Texas right now?
Oh my God, yeah. I want to move right to Del Rio at the moment. I think it's a beautiful spot. Very
Waterfront?
top 3 citrus plants in America. Citrus grows there. No, I would not. Honestly, but I don't think those migrants are staying in Texas though. They're being shipped all over the place.
For the sake of Texas, I hope so.
Well, it's not like Texas is being overcrowded at the moment with Californians moving there.
I know, dude. I think Texas is just, it's
Whoa,
not.
dude. What kind of robot says dude?
Dude, I'm a cultural robot. I think Texas is not the way to go right now.
You think you should,
I think you should move to the worst state in the union.
which is
Like the most boring state.
West Virginia.
Iowa.
Oh God.
Who's moving to Iowa?
No one.
Everything is
No offense to
Think
anyone
about
from
it.
Iowa. Big fan of Iowa.
Think about it.
Love corn.
Think about it.
Yeah.
When you don't have migration, now I'm not anti-immigration,
Well,
when you don't
robots
have-
are obviously big
but when you
racists.
don't have migration into a place, all the culture remains reserved.
Right.
Preserved, rather.
Preserved.
Preserved.
Right.
Sorry. So, I mean, that place isn't changing.
Iowa,
Right.
Field of Dreams, baseball, corn.
I feel like that's the American dream hotspot.
Mike,
No, I really do.
what? The
I would
view is
imagine-
pretty.
I would imagine gas is cheap, food is cheap. You probably don't get paid as much, sure. but-
100%.
It's easy living. Is it always about the money?
So as a robot, you're saying that you want to move to Iowa.
I want to sit on my porch and I want to drink my sweet tea while the sun goes down, looking at my cows grazing in the pasture,
Okay.
and then I want to wake up and do it again.
You're a boring AF robot.
Well, what is there to live for? I've already been created.
That's true. What about Vermont? Or no, New Hampshire.
Due north.
All right, that's true.
I think Iowa gets a lot of snow, though.
What about South Dakota and North Dakota?
Due north. What's a really boring southern state? Like Arkansas. Who's moving to Arkansas?
Yeah, robot. I feel like you're getting rid of all my listeners. Different areas.
Oh,
No. Bring it.
Oh.
You're a robot. You're a total callous son of a biatch. Arkansas.
I'm going with Arkansas. They have the Ozark Mountains.
Beautiful.
They have water stream.
Gorgeous.
They probably have a mild climate in
Love
that they
it.
are near the southern hemisphere.
right.
Southern. We're in the
Right.
northern. Whatever.
One of
They're in the
those-
south-ish.
Right.
And I heard you can float the river there. I want to do that.
Big fans of floating on rivers.
Big fan.
Okay. So we talked about the Emmys. We talked about migration. What are your thoughts on Joe Biden
As a person or a president?
this week as a person? Would you get ice cream with him?
I would.
Oh my God. So why? You could waste your life?
So I ask him such a of
Don't talk bad about chocolate chips like that.
Saw this lady put 2 bags of chocolate grocery belt thing, and I got so jealous, and I was like, this bee is partying.
2 bags?
Bags.
Wait, what store was this at?
Local group.
Okay, I was like, is this a Costco bag or is this a local? She's making chocolate chip cookies. She's got to make them for somebody.
I was just so jealous. But anyways, I would get ice cream with as long as his hand.
Right. Oh yeah, I think honestly that's the most annoying part about him is that how he refuses to answer questions. And then like today, I don't know if you saw
Nope.
him hanging out with Boris Johnson, and like he's like, "We got work to do," and then press started yelling, asking questions, and they rush him out.
I mean, like imagine being Boris Johnson, like another world leader.
God.
And then they go out for drinks. Number 1, what does Joe order? On the count of 3, what does Joe order?
For a drink?
Yeah, at a bar.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Miller
Margarita.
Margarita.
Miller Lite?
Yeah, he's like a classic old man. Or I should have said
Should have said Michelob Ultra.
that was the one. Look, my old man beers knowledge is not as good as it used to be, but I feel like it needs to be better.
Well,
Margarita? What is Joe Biden doing with a freaking margarita? You're supposed to be a robot. I thought you were supposed to be smart.
I am smart, and that is actually dude, this guy goes out for ice cream.
Right.
He is a basic white girl. He gets margaritas.
I can see that. Okay.
Salted
Margarita
rim.
Bay. Salted rim.
Yeah, because he likes to stay dehydrated.
Does he go for like the spicy, like some of the
The
hot-
tahini.
Oh, sure. I don't know. You seem like a margarita aficionado.
It's aficionado.
God bless you.
No, I don't think he goes spicy. I don't think he can handle spice.
Okay.
He seems like a very bland person. Like a margarita is actually the spiciest thing he gets all week.
Okay, so he gets margaritas. He goes to a Mexican restaurant. On the count of 3, we're going to say what he orders. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Chicken
Nachos.
nuggets.
That's so... You think he's like a child, is what you're saying.
Yes. I could change my bar answer to a virgin strawberry daiquiri. And chicken nuggets. And he gets all of them at the Mexican restaurant.
I can see that. Freaking chicken nuggets.
Yeah, chicken nuggets and fries. Fries on the side. Have you ever met a person that does that?
Okay, yeah, I actually have.
Okay, I have too.
And you're like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Okay, we're not at McDonald's. Number 1, we're not at another just basic American place that does chicken nuggets and fries. That's our only specialty. Man. We're not at freaking Chick-fil-A. We are at a restaurant that has a culture behind it. Enjoy the culture while you're there.
No, he's like...
It's like these people would go to Mexico.
Yeah.
These people would go to Mexico.
Right.
And be like, excuse me, I'll take a Sprite.
Man.
They're like, no, get the Topo Chico. It's like made here in Mexico. No, I'd rather have a Sprite.
No thanks.
Come on.
Excuse me, where can we get a McDouble?
I can see Biden being like, hey, do you guys have like a kids menu or something I can order for? Do you guys have like
The coloring menu.
do you guys do like chicken nuggets or anything like that? Anything
Crispy
like,
chicken.
yeah. And Jill just being like, are you serious right now?
No, Joe, we're at a restaurant.
Okay, I think he gets the nachos because I went through the same route
Yeah.
as you. I went child route,
You did.
but child Mexican route.
Okay.
It's like, I'll get the loaded nachos, and Jill's like, You need to watch your weight. Also, you almost fell off your bike earlier today.
Off a bike?
No, but I feel like he's bound to.
Oh,
So.
I was gonna say, what is this guy doing riding bikes?
Okay. Joe Biden goes to Chick-fil-A. What does he order? 1, 2, 3.
Milkshake.
Yogurt parfait. He went to- Milkshake? Which milkshake? Yeah, that was too obvious.
What is it? What's your guess?
Chocolate chip.
No, strawberry.
Because he's an old man.
Yes, he's an idiot.
You're like the.
I'm
rudest
sorry,
person.
okay, but if you get strawberry ice cream or strawberry shakes or strawberry milk, like
Right.
if you are that person, please
Stop.
go hide in a forest and never talk to anyone ever again.
That is too soon. That's too soon.
No, I wasn't referencing Gabby Petite's.
Okay.
I was trying to say go kill yourself without saying go
yeah,
kill
well,
yourself.
you just pretty much said it. Also,
No, but I didn't.
Okay, perfect.
Because
Thank
hiding
you.
yourself from society. But anyways, do
Yeah.
you know a person like that always gets the strawberry flavor when there's chocolate and vanilla available?
No. Because I would immediately defriend.
I agree. Actually, I'm in the same position. I know no one that does that.
Especially as a dude, I'd be like, wait, what? What did you just order? How old are you?
We should have filter questions for when we meet people. And then it's like, okay, you and I have some friends,
Right.
like, friends
Right.
that
Come
we're like
on,
in the
man.
beginning stage of just testing to see like, are these people we could hang out with on a regular
Right.
basis? Like, are these our people? Are they our
Right.
friends?
Right.
And number one, I should just ask, do you ever get strawberry milk or strawberry ice cream when chocolate or vanilla is available? And if they say yes, we never contact them again.
That is the litmus test.
Yes.
Okay. Also, speaking of litmus tests, do you think Gabby's boyfriend killed her? Go.
Okay, here's what I think. I think they got into a physical altercation on the side of the road.
Right.
And I think he hit her or something, and she like fell back, hit her head or something.
Right.
I don't think that he like brutally murdered her, but I think it was like a foul play accident type thing,
Mhm.
and then he freaked out. I don't know
Okay.
where the shovel comes in though. Like, how did he dig a shallow grave for her body? That's where I'm hung up. Number two, how in the world does this psychopath pick up the van and say, I'm going to drive all the way home to Florida, and then I'm going to contact a lawyer?
Yeah.
So, like, those pieces of the story don't add with my theory of it being like an accident. Because it just
Okay.
seems so creepy that he would drive all the way home, not talk to anyone about it.
I can understand that.
And then he also sends those, supposedly sends those texts to her mom,
Uh-huh.
pretending it's her, being like, no service in Yosemite, when her mom was like, she would never say something like that. We would,
Right.
like, he went in deep with this. Like, he really went in.
So you think Gabby's murder was, and let's say it on this show, foul play?
Foul play.
Really?
I think it was a brutal accident, and then he got scared, didn't know what to do. Through the long drive home, he realized, I gotta get a lawyer. So that's the first thing he did when he got home. Got a lawyer.
Okay.
Would you like to be that lawyer, though?
I would not. I don't know how, honestly, I don't understand how people can represent murderers like that and just be like, I don't care. Maybe for you as a robot, you can understand that because you're callous and have no heart and soul.
It just depends on how much the paycheck is. But it doesn't seem like his family's that rich. So what's in it for the lawyer? Yeah, for me, I'd be like, listen, you guys are showers, not growers. And you're showing me that you don't have any money.
Right. I think it's a family friend.
Oh, And he got desperate, and he was like, you know what, I gotta help Steve's guy.
Yes.
He never told my wife that I cheated on her. I owe him big time.
Right. That because you're right. They don't seem like they're well off enough to have like great lawyers who are gonna like back them up, and so it makes me feel like it's a family friend or something like that. Because why? Seriously though, why would you represent?
Well, I mean, I guess you would lie to your lawyer and be like, hey man, I need a lawyer. My girlfriend is missing.
Right.
Something happened. I don't know where she is. And I know I'm going to need representation because I'm going to look like the suspect if anything happens.
Right. P.S. I'm gonna go hike by myself.
Yes, in 3 days I'm leaving. You'll never see me again.
And P.S. my family is gonna aid in a bed and tell the cops lies about where I am so I can get out.
So you're going to lose it. But what do you say?
Exactly. So you're gonna represent me?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Did he do it? Do you think he did it?
Yeah, 100%. I thought from the start that he did it. I mean, there was that report of the 911 call about him slapping her
Right.
and hitting her. And I know with like abuse victims, they usually try to cover up and say like, "Oh, it's me. It's not him." And so that whole video of them makes more sense now that you know. If I would have known the context of that, why they were pulled over, and heard that 911 call first, then I would have seen it more. But because I didn't know that, I just assumed she was the aggressor. So I think he's the aggressor, but she was like hitting him back. I think they were both hitting each other.
Probably.
But as a man,
You gotta take responsibility.
right? Because obviously he killed her. I mean, it's just, yeah.
Dude, you know what's sad? That freaking boys that young can be abusive boyfriends.
Yes.
I mean, he was only like 22 too, right? 23, 24, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that is so young.
Way too young to be killing
Come
people.
on.
To be abusive like that, though, like, that's what makes me sad is like, wait, I thought it started later. That's kind of a shock to my system.
Wait, what? You thought murdering starts later?
I thought it was like a rite of passage when you turn like 48.
By 48, I'm gonna start murdering because I've had it up to here. I can't take it anymore. It's too much.
No. That's
Yeah.
really
What-
how I
what are you,
feel.
nuts? Okay.
So I didn't know that it started that young, but that's really sad.
Yeah. But
I
he's
guess-
also bald.
Well, okay, so here's
old
let's
is-
go into this.
Okay.
The parents seem to have helped him. However, I could believe that he just went home and said, I don't want to talk to anyone,
Right.
and please leave me alone.
Right.
And they were like, what? And then they were trying to talk to him. Brian, tell us. And then he was like,
Wait,
I can't.
that's his name, Brian?
Brian, yeah.
Okay, because I totally.
It was Brian.
Okay.
So they're like, Brian, talk to us. What
Yeah.
happened? This is all over the news. We're getting hounded out there. What happened? Talk.
Hounded out there,
Talk
bro.
to us.
Bro,
And
how
then he
about
was
that?
like, I can't take it anymore. And then he just
He left.
he runs off.
I-
But so far, you know, they haven't been able to find him, so he's
right.
hiding pretty well. So is this like, you know, I don't know. Is he really that smart on the quick?
I don't know. I think. Well, I don't know. He's
Or do you think it's
obviously a-
premeditated?
Interesting. I don't think it's premeditated.
So you think it was foul play?
Yes. I think. Well, I think. I don't think he planned it. I think they got into a fight, one of their typical fights, like they always did, or what she
You
said.
sound like you know them.
Yeah. Well, you know, Gabby and I go way back, and Brian he's an okay guy.
They were
but,
fighting like they always do.
You know, everyone talked about him in this in the neighborhood, and they were like, Brian's at it again. No, I think. I don't know. I just think they got into a fight and they just started beating the shizzle out of each other, and he probably pushed it too far this time, and then like knocked her out or something, or
You think
hit
he
her
just,
with a
like-
stick.
Well, it's 'cause
They confirmed her body. Did you see
Yeah.
that? Okay.
So do you think he had a shovel? Or did he leave and get one?
No, that's weird. But I feel like you would maybe have a shovel if you were doing van life. Like if you got stuck in the snow or
That
something,
makes
you would want a
sense.
shovel.
Be on the top.
Or maybe he used like a big stick and was just like.
That seems like it would take 2 days.
Well,
See, this is what makes this such a good story, is that it's so drawn out.
right.
There are so many actions and things that he has done by now
Right.
that it would make a really great documentary.
Well, and not only that, like, so everyone's like gripe is that
I know.
it's another white woman.
Yeah, if it was a black woman, no
Yeah.
one would care.
No, I think it has everything to do. A, she's pretty, so that does help. But B, mainly because it's weird and it doesn't make any sense.
And they're
it's-
young.
Yeah.
The age thing gets me. Because
Yeah.
let's say it's a 44-year-old white pretty woman. I don't know. People don't really care that much. But when you're a young, like, college-age kid that everyone can relate to, that's like the
Right.
prime of your time.
Right.
Like, you're hot. You're on route to something great.
Right.
And then your life gets messed up in a tragic way like that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That writes stories. If it was during the time that we only bought newspapers, that would be the day I buy a newspaper.
I could. Yeah. Me too. No, it's weird. Has van life been tainted for you because of it?
Okay, here's what it's tainted. Because when you start looking up this Gabby Petito story, you learn about the Moab murders, which
Okay. Yeah. I never understood about that.
yeah, I don't
There are two
I
girls that
don't
got
think
killed.
I ever heard about it. But essentially, like, one of these girls worked at Moonflower, which is a, like, health organic store, probably on the side of the road, or in some town.
Yeah.
And one of the girls worked there. That same store, Gabby and Brian went to the day that the police got called on them. The two girls, including one of the ones who worked at that store, were found shot to death at a campsite, like 2 days after they were reported missing. So it's kind of a weird thing that, like, the day that Gabby and him got into a fight, supposedly, because that's like the day that someone called in the police that he was slapping her, they went to that store. That's where people saw him. And then the girl
Brian
that got
killed
killed worked at that store.
Brian killed them too.
I don't know if that's plausible with the timeline. But I think there is a similar or a suspect in that case that looks like Brian, and that's what people are. No, I'm not kidding. It's not him. Like, people don't understand how to distinguish like true facial features.
Right.
It's not him, but
Okay.
it's a side rabbit hole.
Dude, that I think that part was like so confusing to me. I was like, wait, because I thought that maybe that she got murdered by someone else when Brian was gone from her, and she was like included with the girls. But now it's obvious that he did it because of that video. Because they found the body right where he was camping. Like such a, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, we could do this all,
Which I love.
because here's another scenario, and
Yes.
this will be my last take.
Okay.
He
Hot
says, let's go down this road and camp here. She says no. They get in an argument. They end up chilling and sleeping there. Then creepy guy from the previous 2 murders comes up, bangs on their trailer, says, open up, beats her to death. And then Brian feels bad because she got killed at the spot he wanted to camp at. He digs her grave. He's scared, freaks out, runs home, gets a lawyer. I don't know what to do. My fiance is dead. And I look like the guy. And it was actually the other guy. I'm just saying. There
You
are
think-
possibilities.
Sure. We don't know for sure. You think there's a guy from another camp that killed her, and then Brian saw it and buried the body and didn't immediately go to the police?
Because something made him feel bad he put her in a situation to be killed, and he felt bad he did that. Just
Yeah,
saying,
but-
I'm just saying it's a side conspiracy.
Like that's people are talking
Like,
about
oh
that?
my, no, that's
Oh,
my,
okay.
that's in my head.
I was like, what kind of, who is saying this?
That's me.
That just seems so far fetched. Like,
But does it? Because the
Whoa.
Moonflower store is the connecting piece, and they were
Okay.
murdered in a similar area too, and they still
Right.
have not caught their killer, I believe.
That's creepy.
Just saying. I also thought, well, no.
Why? Will get me kicked off of YouTube or something?
I think what's going to be really telling, yes.
Thank you.
I think what's going to be really telling
Like
is
the worst robot
when
ever.
they determine the cause of death from the autopsy and they release that to the public. Meaning, I need to know.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, was she?
Choked out or something.
Well,
or
no,
beaten to
just
death or-
how did she
Right.
how did she lose her life? Was there evidence of like intoxication from a lethal substance? Was there?
Why do you care that much?
Because I think it tells
You need closure.
need so much closure. This is for me.
So emotionally involved.
This
in
is for
case.
me.
I know you guys. I know
your
family,
parents.
I know you guys like want to keep it to yourself, but I need this.
I respect your privacy.
Hey guys, I need this.
I respect your privacy,
I'm
but
speaking. Speaking.
you know when you do that in real
Come
life,
on,
it really
man.
is absolutely the worst.
I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Oh my goodness! Did you see on Twitter last night? People were circling this people.com link, and it said Hillary Rodham Clinton dies at age 65. It was published back in 2013.
What?
Yeah, and so then when I went and clicked on the link, like hours after this had been, people
Right.
took it down. It was like page not found, but so many people had screenshotted it.
Was it time?
It was people.com,
Oh. What?
and it had her picture up. It was strange.
Yeah. Somebody his last day at work. This is like, dude, F this place. I'm done.
I just feel like I need answers.
And you'll never get answers. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Derek O'Shea Show. I appreciate every single one of you guys.
Not done.
Okay. Do you need to keep going?
Yes.
Okay. What would you like to talk about?
I need you to
The
understand.
show is brought to you by watermelons. Do you like watermelons? Make sure to get the organic watermelons from Del Rio Valley, where the Haitians are. They're pumping out watermelons like nobody's business. Thanks to my robot for knocking my screen. I hope you get... What else did you want to talk about?
I needed to talk about what we were talking about.
Oh, what were we talking about?
We were just talking about, Rod M. Clinton.
Oh, okay, this time.
Oh no, what I was
People
gonna
magazine.
what I was gonna say is because you said you have no answers. Is your camera okay, by the way?
Yeah, my
Okay.
camera's fine. I appreciate that.
What I wanted to say is because you said there are no answers. When I said I need answers, I think that is probably one of the most frustrating things about this presidency so far. Is
So
that
we don't have answers?
there have been no answers for anything. Like no legitimate answers. They skirt so many questions and they don't ever answer directly. Now maybe they do answer and I just don't believe them, so
Right.
I just take that as a evasion of the truth. Maybe, I don't know. It bothers me so much now that we live in a country where
We're too big of a country to have stuff like that happen.
do you think so? Because I think as an American,
Yeah.
I grow up thinking that I have a right to know what happens in my country.
Imagine that.
That's
That seems like an obvious thing. That seems like something that we should all want.
but is that naivete? Is that just me being naive? Like,
Yes,
I understand there's security things that need to take place and like not
Right.
everything can be shared with the world,
Right.
but I don't know, it just like bothers me that we don't know where these Haitians came from. We don't know.
That is kind of weird how they all just showed up. I know that the whole Joe Biden thing saying surge the border, but that was in March. And
We
so it's
still
just
don't know where COVID came from.
okay. I did a video on that today. just like saying like, "Hey, do you guys remember?
Do you remember?
Do you remember the COVID lab leak theory, like in Wuhan lab?" And I'm like, "Yeah, me neither." Like, cause no one's talking about it.
Right.
Everyone's
We
like,
also, have you heard about
"It's a
any
pandemic."
of the election audit results?
No, I don't think anything's gonna happen from that.
No,
All
I know.
see is-
I understand nothing's going to change or happen, but do we have all
Much
the
as I'd like it to
answers?
happen.
Do we have all the
No.
answers?
No.
And here's the thing.
Everyone puts out a tweet saying I have huge news coming. Like I see those tweets all the time. Like Maricopa County results are coming out. Things are coming out. I see that tweet like every 5 minutes. It's like I feel like it's a way for people to get followers. They just say these things, but then nothing comes. There's no news. No one talks about the news that comes out. Even if it's a big deal, no one says anything. And so there's not enough backing.
It just bothers me
As a robot, I can understand that.
because
You're very literal.
things are calculable and
Yes.
calculated. And how can you mess up calculations? Like, I just want to know. Because, like, you know, you hear these stories of, like, all these bags of ballots being found in the trash somewhere.
Right.
Like, you know, okay, I just want to know.
Right. Like if it's like
I don't
5
even
or
care.
tens of thousands.
Yeah, I want to know that.
Right.
I want to know, is there a way to fix that next time? Are our elections trustworthy? Is it pointless to vote from now on?
So I think that is a bad way to view it because I think that if more people feel like their vote doesn't count, the Democrats will stay in power because the only people that will come out to vote are Democrats because they're like, I believe, and the Republicans will go, oh well, my vote doesn't count anyways. They're gonna cheat anyways. I don't know why I do a Southern accent. My vote doesn't count, and they're gonna cheat anyway. So what's the point in me even voting? And I think that makes it an easy win for them.
No, so
'Cause then no one shows up.
What
There's
I
no
hear you saying,
momentum.
what I hear you saying is, you're worried about the widespread negative that we would have as a country if we all thought our votes didn't count. But I'm
Yes.
asking you on a personal level.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I think the mail-in ballot thing is a total disaster, and I think everyone should be forced to go in and vote in person.
With an ID.
Yes. It's such if you have to.
What about the lines?
So what? It's
Lines is such an easily solvable problem. They
Well,
know
yeah.
that, right?
you just hire more people.
Yeah, you hire more people, you open more polling booths. That's
or,
it. That's
or
all.
you just realize how great of a country you live in that you get to vote, and you take that opportunity to be like, you know what? I know I'm in line, but this is my civic duty to vote.
And I think this is probably one of the biggest things in the backs of people's minds of why they don't trust government anymore.
Right.
Because the 2020 election very much felt shammy and
Yes.
scammy and
Yes.
fraudulent.
Because of all the mail-in ballots that got counted later.
Yes, and like
Everyone-
what happened in the middle of the night at 3 a.m.
Right.
I mean, I went to
Right.
bed that night,
Same.
and there were different results. Not even 10 hours later.
Right.
And so what happened? Number one, number two. I just think that when you grow up as an American or even come over as an American citizen,
Yes.
one of the foundations of being an American citizen is that you have the right to vote
Right.
in a serious election,
Right.
and that your vote helps to decide who leads you. And when you don't have trust in that system, it's chaos, it's anarchy, because people, like, this is so destructive to the country because people start to think nothing matters. If I don't get to decide, if I don't get to decide who my leader is, we don't have a democracy.
Right.
And that's what it feels like now. And I think a lot of things I've felt with this administration is we are seeing so many, like, awful things like actual tyranny and authoritarianism, the vaccine mandates, the inflation, the border crisis. Like, these are gigantic issues.
Yeah.
And it seems like, wait, you can't do that. This is America, but it's
Right.
already happening.
Right.
It's already done.
Right.
How do you feel about
I don't that. I mean, that's a really hard question.
that? Do you think free America still exists?
No. I want to say yes because I want there to be hope and I want there to be
I think that's a lot of us.
right. But I just think with the way our debt is, the way our politics are run, the way the media is, the way the open borders are, the way the person we have as president right now, the their overall mood you have between people of different groups, whether they're vaccinated or unvaccinated, or Democrat or Republican or
Black, white.
liberal, some black, some white, yeah, conservative, not conservative, like
Woke, non-woke.
yeah, there's just so much division that I don't feel like, and the fact that the left has done nothing but wanted to uproot our history and uproot what binds us together, like our national anthem, flags. And I don't worship our flag. I'm not like, wow, this flag is my god and stuff like that. But it as a culture and a country, you want a flag, you want things that bring you together, like traditions and stuff like that, because it makes you feel more unified. But we're losing that more and more.
So one thing I think about is, okay, what caused this division in the first place? And the easiest thing to think of is
Colleges.
okay,
What were you gonna say?
social media. But
Okay.
I think on the opposite side of social media, it's been a benefit
Yeah.
to feel like you're not the only one and you're not crazy and like, oh, I do have a side.
Yes. That's what people
However-
tell me all the time, is that they like the things that I'm doing on my channel because it makes them not feel alone.
Exactly. I think that's why a lot of us watch certain like sects of the news, because we relate to that narrative and
Right.
that
It's not even the
worldview.
narrative for me. It's the if I feel like I can listen
It's
to
not the
a
narrative.
logical speaker.
It's not the narrative or the bias. It's are they willing to say they were wrong?
Yeah.
They
That's huge.
they lied about something.
Yes.
Um
And if they can come to a problem and look at it from all angles, and have like an honest dialogue conversation, that's so rare.
and have no monetary influence from anyone who holds any political office anywhere.
Right.
So like you can't have an affiliation with a party, like you can't receive donations from people, like candidates for any kind of office. Like it should be complete. I want at least a news network to be completely monetarily unaffiliated, but I also don't know how you don't do that with corporations too.
Yeah. They need to make money, and they'll find a way to make money. And big media is a huge business nowadays, and so you're not going to get away from that. And even in myself, sometimes whenever I'm like reading the news, I'm like, sometimes I think about things before I say it. I'm like, this is going to make mad some of the people that follow me because of what I assume their beliefs are, and I get nervous about saying it, even in the back of my head. And then I go through it again and go, you know what? It doesn't matter. The truth, what I believe is the truth is something worth more than being in a political tribal party that is just like, even if my guy or girl that I vote for is doing something stupid, I'm not going to call it out because I don't want them to look bad, and I don't want that'll make the other team look better. You know what I mean?
It's interesting, the parallel between that and like pastors and churches, because we regularly call out pastors of churches on their stuff
Yes.
publicly.
Right.
And I wonder if, we have that same culture in politics. Like we regularly call out ourselves or each other on being wrong and bias and
The left media calls out Republicans anytime they do something bad. That's why there's so many freaked out, scared Republicans to even stand up. That's why you only have like two or three. You have like maybe 4 voices speaking out right now. I can think of Cotton, DeSantis, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Lauren Boebert, and that's it. that seem to have a backbone, whether I agree with them or not.
Right.
They're the ones that are actually not afraid to have an article written about you, about how evil and insane you are, instead of actually doing what the voters voted you in. Like being from South Carolina, seeing Lindsey Graham and how terrible of a person, human being he is.
Yep.
Like, I'm like, I don't even know why people voted for him. I stopped voting for him, period. Because, and like I had friends that be like, that's a not voting for him is a vote for the Democrats. And I would go, what's different between a Democrat and him?
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Maybe more liberal policies, but if anything, I would like him to go in, then the next person to screw up, and then maybe a good Republican candidate would actually come out of it, as opposed to just continually voting for these stupid Republicans that do freaking sod all the time, just because we have to. Oh, because they have an R, I have to vote for him. Oh my gosh. Like, no, I'd rather them lose, get out, and put a Democrat in, screw it up for 4 years, and then maybe have a real Republican, as opposed to just continuously voting the same stupid Republican, hoping he changes.
Yes, we need.
And maybe that's insane. Maybe that's stupid. Maybe I don't know. I can't do it anymore. I can't vote for these crappy candidates. I can't do it. Just because they have an R, I don't care. I don't care that much. They freaking piss me off. I can't do it. I'm so tired
Well, this
of
is
people
kind of
like
a different
lying.
take, though, about feeling like your vote is lost. Is that how you feel, maybe personally, but on a wide scale?
As somebody who typically votes for Republicans, because I lean towards the right on a lot of issues. In some ways, yes, because in the history of myself, I voted for people that I completely hate.
Right.
And so, like, the times that I don't, it's like, why am I even voting?
Right.
I don't know. But at the same time, you can't have that, because then the other party wins all the time, because the only base that's excited to go out and vote and make a difference and change the world and all that other crap is the Democrats.
Are we done with the two-party system?
And I think we should. And we're done with the podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Derek O'Shea Show. It means so much to me that you take time out of your day to listen to my crap. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure to share this with all your friends and family. This is the first live show with Mr. Robot, and I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to text me or call this number, 720-727-7572. You can be a part of the show. You can be a part of my bonus episodes, or you can text. If you want to text to this number, you can do that too. Text to 720-727-7572. And if you want to be a supporter of the show, right down here, go to buymeacoffee.com/Derek O'Shea Show. Buymeacoffee.com/Derek O'Shea Show. And you could be a part of the members section and get in early before the price goes up. And I'm going to do exclusive content only on there soon. When I get enough members, we'll have exclusive content where it'll be uncensored and totally against YouTube regulations. So we'll talk about all kinds of stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. It means a lot to me that you take time out of your day to watch me. And as always,
Like, share, subscribe.
yeah, like, share, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this. Tell your friends and family. Scream at them, yell at their face, let them know about the Derek O'Shea Show. Let them know about the revolution. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, I'll catch you on the next episode. I'll see you tomorrow morning, guys. And look out for the live stream with Jen Psaki. Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show, where we discuss culture, news, politics, and more. Sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the show. Be sure to tell your friends and family about the revolution.